The rain hit harder than the weather app predicted. Maya Rodriguez clutched her daughter's hand tighter as they hurried down the cracked sidewalk of East Portland, grocery bags cutting into her other arm. 6-year-old Emma's shoes were already soaked through, her little body shivering under the thin jacket Maya had found at Goodwill last month. "Mama, I'm cold," Emma whimpered. "I know, baby. Just 2 more blocks." The bus had broken down 3 stops early, and Maya's ancient Honda was still sitting at O'Reilly's, waiting for a timing belt she couldn't afford until Friday's paycheck cleared. She'd already worked a double at the diner, and her feet screamed with each step. Thunder cracked overhead. Emma flinched, pressing closer. The rumble of engines cut through the downpour. Maya glanced back to see headlights approaching. Then 3 motorcycles materialized through the rain-blurred streetlights. Her grip on Emma tightened instinctively. She'd seen enough news reports about motorcycle clubs in this neighborhood. The lead bike slowed, pulling alongside them. The rider was massive, leather-cut, glistening with rain. The back patch read Iron Covenant MC Portland, with the president's rocker beneath. He lifted his visor. His face was weathered, late 40s maybe, with a scar cutting through one grayed eyebrow. But his eyes held concern, not menace. "Ma'am, you and your daughter need a ride? This storm's about to get worse." Maya shook her head, pulling Emma closer. "We're fine, thanks." "With respect, you're not fine. That's a flash flood warning coming through on my phone. This whole street's going to be underwater in 20 minutes. He nodded toward Emma. Kid's already hypothermic from the look of her. Maya looked down. Emma's lips had taken on a bluish tint, her shivering now constant. Another rider pulled up, a woman with kind eyes visible through her visor. "I've got a spare helmet that'll fit your little one. My kids outgrew it. It's safe, I promise." The decision crystallized when lightning struck close enough that Maya felt the electricity in the air. Emma screamed. "Where are you headed?" the president asked. "Parkrose, the apartments on 122nd. "That's on our way. My name's Marcus Webb. This is Rachel, and that's Tommy behind us. We'll get you home safe." Maya's nursing school instincts kicked in as she assessed Emma's condition again. Her daughter needed warmth now. She nodded slowly. Rachel dismounted, producing a small pink helmet and a waterproof jacket. "This'll keep her dry. She'll ride with me. I've got 2 daughters myself." "I'm Maya. This is Emma." Marcus gestured to his bike. "You're with me. Hold on tight. Lean when I lean, and don't put your feet down at stops." Maya had never been on a motorcycle. As Marcus helped her settle behind him and showed her where to grip, the leather of his cut was surprisingly warm against her rain-soaked clothes. Emma looked terrified on Rachel's bike, but the older woman was speaking softly to her, pointing out the cute stickers on her helmet. The engines roared to life. Maya wrapped her arms around Marcus's waist as they pulled into traffic, Tommy taking up the rear position. The rain pelted her face despite the windscreen, but Marcus navigated with practiced ease, avoiding potholes and debris washing across the road. They'd made it 6 blocks when Maya saw the headlights swerving behind them. Tommy's horn blared a warning. Marcus glanced in his mirror, then his body tensed. "Drunk driver," he said loud enough for Maya to hear. "Hold tight." The SUV weaved across lanes, accelerating. Marcus signaled to Rachel, and the formation tightened. Tommy dropped back, positioning himself between the erratic vehicle and the others, his hazard lights flashing. The SUV clipped a parked car, overcorrected, and hydroplaned directly toward them. Marcus's reaction was instant. He cranked the throttle, the bike surging forward with Emma and Rachel just ahead. Tommy swerved right onto a side street, drawing the SUV's attention. The vehicle followed him, tires screaming. "Tommy!" Rachel's voice crackled over what Maya now realized was a comm system in their helmets. "I'm good, keep going." Tommy's response came back. "Get them home. Police are 2 minutes out. I'll lead this idiot to them." Marcus didn't slow until they'd put 4 more blocks between them and the chaos. He pulled under an overpass, and Rachel stopped beside him. Both riders were on their phones immediately. "Tommy's location is shared," Rachel said, checking her screen. "Police have visual. They're boxing the SUV in now." Maya's heart hammered. Emma was crying, and she wanted nothing more than to hold her daughter. "I need to get to Emma," Maya said, her voice shaking. "Soon as we know Tommy's clear," Marcus replied, still monitoring his phone. Rachel, take them to the clubhouse. It's closer and they need to warm up. I'll wait for Tommy. No, Maya protested. Just take us home. Marcus turned to face her. Ma'am, your daughter's shaking so hard she can't hold on properly. Rachel's place is 5 minutes away. Mine's 3. Your apartment is another 20 in this weather. Which matters more right now, pride or your kid? Maya swallowed. He was right. Emma's safety trumped everything. Okay. Rachel pulled alongside, reaching out to squeeze Maya's hand. It's okay, honey. You'll be warm in 10 minutes. I've got hot chocolate and dry clothes. But they didn't go to Rachel's house. 3 minutes later, they pulled into a gated lot behind a brick warehouse. The sign read, Iron Covenant MC Members Only. Maya's anxiety spiked as the gate rolled closed behind them. Chapter 2. The Safehouse. The clubhouse was nothing like Maya expected. Instead of the dingy, threatening space she'd imagined from movies, she found herself in a surprisingly clean common room with comfortable furniture, a pool table, and walls covered with photos of charity rides and community events. Rachel had Emma wrapped in a heated blanket within seconds, pressing a mug of hot chocolate into her small hands. Emma's shivering was already subsiding, color returning to her cheeks. Bathroom's through there if you want to change, Rachel said, handing Maya a stack of dry clothes. These are my daughters. Should fit close enough. Maya hesitated, then accepted. The weight of her soaked scrubs was becoming unbearable, and she was shaking almost as badly as Emma had been. In the bathroom, she peeled off her wet clothes and found the offered outfit was quality stuff, not the threadbare second-hand items she'd become accustomed to. A soft fleece pullover, jeans that actually fit, thick socks. When she emerged, Emma was curled against Rachel on the couch, watching cartoons on a massive TV, her earlier fear replaced by drowsy contentment. Your daughter's a sweetheart, Rachel said. Told me all about her stuffed elephant and how she wants to be a veterinarian. Maya managed a weak smile, settling beside Emma and pulling her close. The little girl burrowed into her mother's warmth with a contented sigh. The door opened, and Marcus entered with Tommy behind him. Both were dripping wet but grinning. Police got him in, Tommy announced. 3rd DUI, he's done. Marcus crossed to a small kitchen area and started a coffee pot. You two okay? We're fine, thanks to you, Maya said, though her voice still trembled slightly. I don't know what would have happened if... Don't think about it, Marcus interrupted gently. You're safe. That's what matters. Tommy grabbed a towel and started drying his face. Boss, that was some riding back there. Haven't seen moves like that since the training runs. Muscle memory, Marcus replied, pouring coffee into 4 mugs and adding generous amounts of sugar to one before bringing it to Maya. Cream? Just sugar's fine, thank you. She accepted the mug, the warmth seeping into her cold, stiffened fingers. Emma had fallen asleep against her shoulder, exhausted from the adrenaline crash. Rachel checked her phone. Storm's supposed to clear by 9. Flooding's already receding on the main roads. Maya glanced at the clock. 7:15. Her apartment felt very far away, and Emma was finally warm and safe. She made a decision that surprised her. Would it be okay if we waited here until it's safer? I don't want to risk it with Emma. Marcus nodded. Course, Rachel, can you grab some blankets from the upstairs? Guest room's got clean sheets. Wait, Maya said quickly. I don't want to impose. The couch is fine. Guest room's empty and heated. Your kid needs proper rest, not a couch. Marcus's tone left no room for argument, but it wasn't unkind. You've been through enough tonight. Rachel disappeared upstairs and Tommy excused himself to change clothes. Marcus settled into an armchair across from Maya, his coffee mug dwarfing his scarred hands. You work at the diner on 82nd? He asked. Maya blinked. How did you know? Seen you there. I get breakfast sometimes before runs. You've got good instincts with people, remembering their orders, knowing who needs space and who needs conversation. He smiled slightly. Good mother, too, way you shield your daughter when we pulled up earlier. I was scared, Maya admitted. No offense, but none taken. We look intimidating. That's partly intentional. Keeps trouble away from what we protect. He gestured around the room. This club's been in Portland 40 years. We run charity rides for children's hospitals, escort domestic violence survivors to court, volunteer at veteran centers. We follow the law, pay our taxes, and keep our neighborhoods safe. Then why the reputation? Marcus's expression darkened slightly. Because 1%er clubs make headlines. We don't. Media doesn't care about the boring clubs who help communities. They want drama. He took a long sip of coffee. But people in Parkrose know us. We've helped plenty of families like yours. Maya felt herself relaxing despite her earlier fear. There was something solid about Marcus, a quiet strength that had nothing to do with his size or the patch on his back. Rachel returned with an armful of blankets and pillows. Guest room's ready. Maya, you want me to carry Emma up? I've got her. Maya stood carefully, adjusting Emma's weight against her shoulder. The little girl barely stirred. The guest room was simple but comfortable, with a double bed covered in a clean quilt and a small lamp casting warm light. Rachel had even set out toiletries and a glass of water on the nightstand. Locks on the inside if it makes you feel better, Rachel said softly. Nobody will bother you. Marcus is particular about that. Maya laid Emma down, tucking the blankets around her. The little girl's breathing was deep and even, her face peaceful. When Maya turned, Rachel was still in the doorway. Thank you, Maya said. For everything, the clothes, the hospitality, saving us. Rachel smiled. We've all needed help sometimes. Marcus founded this chapter because someone helped him when he had nothing. Now he pays it forward. She paused. Get some rest. If you need anything, just holler down the stairs. Alone with Emma, Maya sat on the edge of the bed, processing the surreal turn her evening had taken. She'd accepted a ride from bikers in a storm and woken up, or would wake up, in their president's Safehouse, treated with more kindness than she'd experienced from anyone in months. Her phone buzzed. A text from her landlord. Basement flooded. Buildings being evacuated. Don't come home tonight. Maya stared at the message, then at her sleeping daughter. She had nowhere else to go. Her sister lived in Seattle. Her parents had disowned her when she'd gotten pregnant at 19, and her ex-husband had disappeared the moment the pregnancy test came back positive. She was trapped in the kindness of strangers who wore leather and rode motorcycles. Maya lay down beside Emma, pulling her close, and let the exhaustion take her. Chapter 3. The morning after Maya woke to the smell of coffee and bacon. Sunlight streamed through unfamiliar windows, and for a disoriented moment, she couldn't remember where she was. Then Emma stirred beside her, and the previous night came flooding back. Her phone showed 8:30. She had texts from her landlord with updates about the flood damage and a message from her supervisor at the diner asking if she was okay. Emma's eyes fluttered open. Mama, where are we? We're safe, baby. Remember the nice people who gave us a ride last night? Emma nodded slowly, then her eyes widened. The motorcycle lady with the pink helmet. That's right, Rachel. And her friend Marcus let us stay here because of the storm. Voices drifted up from downstairs, along with the clink of dishes. Maya helped Emma dress in her mostly dry clothes from the night before. Then they descended to find Marcus, Rachel, Tommy, and 2 other club members in the kitchen. Morning, Marcus said, flipping pancakes on a griddle. Hope you're hungry. We always make too much on Sundays. A barrel-chested man with graying red hair grinned at Emma. You like chocolate chips in your pancakes, little miss? Emma nodded shyly, pressing against Maya's leg. I'm Bear, the man said, and that grumpy-looking guy over there is Hank. Hank, lean and weathered with kind eyes, raised his coffee mug in greeting. Not grumpy, just don't wake up as fast as some people. Rachel had already set places at a long table, and soon Maya and Emma were seated with plates piled high. The pancakes were fluffy and perfect, the bacon crispy, the coffee strong. Emma devoured her food with enthusiasm, chattering to Bear about her stuffed elephant. Marcus sat across from Maya. Got news about your building. Talked to your landlord this morning. Maya tensed. You talked to him. Club knows him. We've done some work for his properties. Flood damage is bad. They're estimating 2 weeks before anyone can move back in, maybe 3. Maya's stomach dropped. 2 weeks. She had maybe $300 in savings. Hotels were impossible. The shelter had a 6-month waiting list. I don't know what I'm going to do, she said quietly, not wanting Emma to hear the panic in her voice. Rachel exchanged a glance with Marcus. You could stay here. I can't impose like that. Not an imposition, Marcus said. We've got the space. Guest room's yours until your building's ready. I don't have money to pay rent. Didn't ask for any. Marcus leaned back, his expression serious but not unkind. Look, we run a legitimate club. Several of us work construction. Rachel's a paralegal. Tommy's a mechanic. Hank's a fire inspector. We do all right. This building's paid off. One guest bedroom occupied doesn't hurt us. Bear jumped in. Plus, having a kid around might civilize this place. Could use some feminine energy that's not just Rachel yelling at us. I do not yell, Rachel protested. I firmly redirect. The table laughed and Maya felt tears prick her eyes. These strangers were offering her more than her own family ever had. I can cook, she offered, and clean. I'm good at organization. I could help out, earn my keep. Marcus considered this. Kitchen's always a mess. If you want to take that on, I won't say no. But it's not required. You and Emma are welcome either way. Emma tugged on Maya's sleeve. Mama, can we stay? They have a TV with cartoons. The practicality of the situation outweighed Maya's pride. She had a daughter to protect and no viable alternatives. Okay, thank you, really thank you all so much. One rule, Marcus said, his tone turning firm. Emma's safety is priority. That means when club business is happening, you stay upstairs or in your room. We don't mix family spaces with work. Understood? Understood. The rest of the morning passed in unexpected domesticity. Rachel took Emma shopping for essentials, while Maya and Marcus went to her apartment to salvage what they could. The basement was indeed flooded, and Maya's ground floor unit had taken water damage. Her furniture was mostly ruined, but Marcus helped her pack clothes, Emma's toys, and important documents into plastic bins he'd brought. Insurance? Marcus asked as they loaded the truck. Couldn't afford renter's insurance. I was barely making rent. Marcus didn't comment, but she saw his jaw tighten. They finished packing in silence, and Maya tried not to cry over the life she was leaving behind in soggy cardboard boxes. Back at the clubhouse, Rachel and Emma returned with bags of clothes, toiletries, and groceries. Emma proudly showed off new sneakers and a stuffed motorcycle bear that made engine sounds when squeezed. Rachel spoiled her, Maya said, overwhelmed. Kids deserve to be spoiled sometimes, Rachel replied, especially brave ones who rode a motorcycle in a storm. That evening, as Maya tucked Emma into bed in their borrowed room, her daughter looked up with serious eyes. Mama, are the motorcycle people our family now? Maya smoothed Emma's hair. They're our friends, baby. Very good friends. I like them. Marcus is nice. He's big like a bear, but gentle like an elephant. Maya smiled. He is. Isn't he? Now sleep. Tomorrow's a school day. But Emma was already drifting off, her new motorcycle bear clutched tight. Downstairs, Maya found Marcus alone in the common room, working on a laptop. He looked up as she approached. Emma, settled? Out like a light. She's never fallen asleep that easily. Maya sat in the chair across from him. I need to know why you're doing this. Nobody's this kind without wanting something. Marcus closed his laptop, giving her his full attention. My wife died 8 years ago. Cancer. We had a daughter, Lily. She was 7. Maya's breath caught. Drunk driver hit us 6 months after Sarah passed. I survived. Lily didn't. His voice was steady, but pain etched every word. After that, I was nobody. Just a guy with a bike and nothing to live for. This club saved me, gave me purpose. Now I try to do the same for others. Marcus, I'm so sorry. Emma's the same age Lily was. When I saw you two in that storm, both of you shaking from cold. He trailed off, then met her eyes. I won't let another kid suffer if I can prevent it. That's all. No strings, no expectations. Just one person helping another. Maya felt the tears she'd been holding back finally break free. Thank you. For everything. Marcus stood, crossing to place a gentle hand on her shoulder. You're safe here. Both of you. For as long as you need. And for the first time in years, Maya believed someone when they made that promise. Chapter 4. Found family. 2 weeks became 3, then 4. The apartment building's repairs dragged on, and Maya found herself settling into an unexpected rhythm. She reorganized the clubhouse kitchen, implemented a meal planning system that impressed even hardened bikers, and started cooking family-style dinners that drew members in earlier than usual. Emma thrived. Rachel's daughters came over for playdates. Bear taught Emma chess. Hank let her help wash the motorcycles. Tommy showed her his tool collection, explaining what each wrench and socket did with infinite patience. And Marcus. Marcus became something Maya couldn't quite define. He was protective without being controlling, helpful without being overbearing. He fixed Emma's broken toys, remembered her favorite cereal, and never once made Maya feel like a burden. 6 weeks in, on a Saturday morning, Maya's landlord called. "Building's ready, you can move back in Monday." Maya should have felt relieved. Instead, she felt hollow. That evening, she found Marcus in the garage, working on his bike. The space smelled of oil and metal, tools organized with military precision on pegboards. "Building's ready," she said without preamble. "We can move back Monday." Marcus's hands stilled on the engine. "That's good. You must be eager to have your own space back." "Emma's going to be devastated. She thinks this is home now." Marcus set down his wrench, wiping his hands on a rag. "What do you think?" Maya leaned against the workbench. "I think these 6 weeks have been the most stable, safe, and happy Emma's ever been. I think she has a community here that actually cares about her. I think." She took a breath. "I think I don't want to leave." "Then don't. I can't keep imposing." "Maya." Marcus turned to face her fully. "You reorganized our entire kitchen, implemented systems that actually work. Cook meals that have half the chapters showing up just for dinner. And you've brought life back into this place. Hank told me yesterday that he's happier than he's been in years because there's a kid to teach things to. You're not imposing. You're contributing. But eventually you'll get back on your feet, save money, maybe find a better place. Until then, you've got a home here if you want it." He paused. "Plus, Emma's got Bear convinced to learn chess openings. I'm not breaking that kid's heart." Maya laughed, wiping her eyes. "She's got all of you wrapped around her finger. She's a good kid with a strong mother, easy to care about." The moment stretched between them, something unspoken but understood. "Okay," Maya said finally. "We'll stay. But I'm paying something for rent once I've saved enough." "Deal. Now help me with this carburetor. I need someone to hold the flashlight steady." They worked side by side in comfortable silence, and Maya realized something. She'd stopped being afraid. These leather-clad bikers with their roaring engines and intimidating presence had become her family. 3 months later, Maya enrolled in nursing school online, the club members collectively covering her tuition as an early Christmas present. Rachel helped her study. Marcus watched Emma during evening classes, and the whole chapter showed up to her first clinical rotation to cheer her on. Emma started calling Marcus Uncle Mark, and nobody corrected her. One spring evening, as Maya served dinner to a table full of bikers, and Emma described her day with the detailed enthusiasm of an 8-year-old, Marcus caught her eye across the table and smiled. It was a small moment, unremarkable to anyone else. But to Maya, it was everything. She'd accepted a ride in the rain and woken up in a safe house. Now she realized she was simply home.